how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today it is a very exciting one. Now, you guys know that as I'm making this video, tomorrow is going to be Pokemon Day. I'm super excited for it because, well, Gen 10 will be revealed real soon. So I'm super excited for it, but for this one particular thing for to celebrate before Pokemon Day, what should I do? Well, since it'll mark its 30th anniversary, I might as well go on ahead and do this one. I'm going to tell you all of my teams that I have used throughout each of my Pokemon games that I have played from Gen 1 through Gen 9. This is going to be a very exciting one because most of these teams I formed up that I planned up, or some few that I didn't, but also you might recognize some few of these Pokemon teams that I formed up because they were the same ones I did for my other team videos a while back. But this time I'm going to show you every one of my Pokemon teams from Gen 1 through Gen 9. And for a bonus, I will also include the Pokemon on other games such as Pokemon Let's Go, Pokemon Legends Arceus, and Pokemon Legends ZA. So without further ado, I cannot wait to do this, but before I want to start off, here are some few things you should know. Most of my Pokemon teams are mostly the Pokemon from the region that was introduced, like it was a full-on region introduced Pokemon, like all six different Pokemon from the same region. Just want to give you a little heads up because I wanted to try something for each of my teams throughout each of the generations, but there are some few Pokemon from previous generations that were introduced but are in a different generation or a different region. Just want to give you a little heads up on that. So but the main way of how I'm going to introduce each of my teams is the Pokemon teams that I have formed for each of the regions, like if it's the main series or a remake, it could be the same thing, but I'm going to base it off on the Pokemon teams that I have played throughout each of my games. Also, of course, I'm going to have to cut it down and just tell you the games that I played through each of the Pokemon team that I used. No extra details to make it super long. Originally, I was going to make this with the my thoughts on my on Gen 10, but I didn't want to make it super long for you guys, so I decided to split it up into two separate videos. But without further ado, I cannot wait to do this. So grab a snack, grab a drink, sit down and relax, and go on ahead and enjoy the video. Starting off with the region that started it all, which is my Kanto team. And this team includes Venusaur as my starter, Raichu, Pidgeot, Poliwrath, Sandslash, and Ninetales. Okay, so this was the team that I used for my Pokemon Blue walkthrough in the 3DS thing for the release of the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. So, yep. Plus, I want to make this team feel iconic, something that people would recognize for their first walkthrough in the game, or sort of like with Ash's team or Red's team. But either way, here is my team for Kanto. And for a bonus, here's my team for my Let's Go team. I know it's a little similar, but it has some few different aspects. But for my team, it's Pikachu, Vaporeon, Alolan Sandslash, Scyther, Arcanine, and Dragonite. This was the team that I used for my Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu game, which is a little unique with a little added regional forms from Alola, plus some few unevolved, but either way, this team was very helpful for me throughout my Let's Go playthrough. And here's my team for Johto, which includes Feraligatr as my starter, Crobat, Heracross, Ampharos, Skarmory, and Donphan. This was the team that I used in my Pokemon Soul Silver team, and the team that I also used to defeat Red in the final battle of Pokemon Soul Silver. I know it was a little tricky to get Donphan since he is a version exclusive, but luckily enough, I had some help. And with that, here is my team for Johto. And here's my team for Hoenn, which is Swampert, Absol, Flygon, Altaria, Zangoose, and Metagross. This was the team that I used in my Omega Ruby playthrough, and it was a pretty fun and bulky team as it had so many strong moves that I can use and some great typing, so that is why I formed this team. And here's my team for Sinnoh, which is Torterra for my starter, Staraptor, Gallade, Glaceon, Floatzel, and Garchomp. This was the team that I used in my Brilliant Diamond game. Now, I know Pokemon like Gallade and Glaceon were pretty hard to get, but luckily enough there was a Grand Underground for Gallade, and I had some help from my brother. So with that, here's my team for Sinnoh, and originally I was going to have Bronzong, but I didn't really like Bronzong that much, so I decided to give Floatzel a try, and he actually helped me against Cynthia's Milotic. So with that, here is my Sinnoh team. And here's my team for Hisui, aka Legends Arceus, which is Hisuian Typhlosion, Hisuian Lilligant, Walrein, Kleavor, Alakazam, and Hisuian Avalugg. And of course, this was the team that I used in Legends Arceus. And this one, I didn't really plan that out because of I had no idea what was going on before everything was leaked in Legends Arceus. So, yep, here is my team for Legends Arceus. And here is my team for Unova, which is Serperior, Umphazen, Gigalith, Crocodile, Mienshao, and Galvantula. This was the team that I used in my Pokemon Black game, and it was a little tricky to form them, especially most of them are hard to get, and especially with Gigalith, but luckily enough my brother did help out. But anyway, this is my Unova team. And here's my team for the sequel, which I call Unova 2, and that includes Serperior, Jolteon, Umphazen, Arcanine, Crocodile, and Metagross. This team always feels nostalgic to me because it was the first ever team that I formed when I started Pokemon, which my first game was Pokemon White 2, which is a game where I started to learn where I also decided to form my first ever team. So with that, this team always feels nostalgic for me. Here is my team for Kalos, which is Greninja, Meowstic, Noivern, Pyroar, Heliolisk, and Avalugg. This was the team that I used in my Pokemon X game, and before Legends EA, this team didn't have any new Megas, but the reason why is because I challenged myself to play through Pokemon X without any Megas. So yep, here is my Kalos team. And speaking of Legends EA, here is my team for Lumiose, aka Legends EA, which includes Feraligatr, Jolteon, Mawile, Kangaskhan, Chandelure, and Noivern. This one you might have seen from my last team video, but might as well show this to you again since we're close to the end of Gen 9. But anyways, this is the team that I used for my Pokemon Legend in ZA walkthrough. And here's my team for the Alola region, Sun and Moon version, which is Incineroar, Lurantis, Minior in its Indigo form, Mudstale, Alolan Raichu, and Araquanid. I used this team in my Pokemon Moon game, and Incineroar is my first ever fire starter in my team since I mostly picked water or grass starters, but never any fire starters, so he is my first fire starter in my Pokemon teams before Hisuian Typhlosion. And here's my team for my Ultra Sun and Moon team. It's almost the same, but instead it's with Lycanroc Dusk form and Alolan Sandslash. This was the team that I used in my Ultra Moon game, and since with the reveal of Dusk Lycanroc in the anime, I wanted to get it so badly, so I went on ahead and pre-ordered the game so I can get the code for the special Rockruff to get the Dusk Lycanroc. So yep, here is my Alola team with Ultra Moon version. Here is my team for Galar, which you might have seen from my first Pokemon team video, which is Rillaboom, Corviknight, Frostmoth, Dreadnought, Copperajah, and Dragapult. Now, this was the team that I used in my Pokemon Sword game, and thanks to all the max raid battles I had and the great battles I had against the gym leaders, I consider this my strongest Pokemon team out of my other Pokemon on teams that I use. So, yep, here's my team for Galar. And here is my team for the current generation, my Paldean team, which includes Gyarados, Weavile, Gardevoir, Tinkaton, Ceruledge, and Archaludon. This team was a experimental one because, one, I wanted to have a Pokemon team without a starter, mainly because I didn't like any of the Gen 9 starters, and I wanted to use Pokemon from previous generations that I liked but didn't use in the main series, so that's why I decided to form this team. Originally, I was going to have Kangaskhan, but since she wasn't in Scarlet and Violet, I decided to add Archaludon in its place as my last minute team member for my Gen 9 team. So either way, here's my team for Paldea, which I used in my Violet game. And for a bonus, here is my team idea for Pokemon Champions. It's the same thing as my Paldean team, but instead it's Kangaskhan in its place, because originally this was going to be my team in Gen 9 before Kangaskhan wasn't available, but luckily enough, I might have the chance to use this team in Pokemon Champions. However, not a lot of these Pokemon are confirmed to be in Pokemon Champions, so it's going to have to be a wait and see, but until then, this is my team idea. And with that, those are my Pokemon teams from Generation 1 through Generation 9 by each of the regions and each of the games that I have played, and including some of the 3 other ones. So this has been a very fun video to do, and I am so glad I get to do this as a great way to celebrate the 30 years of Pokemon that will be coming up real soon, so I cannot wait. So without further ado, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you stay tuned for some more awesome videos coming up real soon, like the Pokemon Gen 10 video coming up, along with some other Pokemon videos to discuss about Gen 10, and sooner or later I'll share you my team for Pokemon Generation 10 once the full Pokedex is revealed. So without further ado, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, as I'm on the road to 600 subscribers as I made this video, but my true goal is to get it to 1,000 subscribers. Also, of course, leave a like, share this with your friends who have either had some few Pokemon teams that you either planned or decided to catch and train. So, yep. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Brick Dragon Hero. The link is down below in the description. And I'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.
Hey, it's me, BDH, but I'm also known as the Brick Dragon Hero. That video was great, huh, Applex? You said it, BBJ. And if you want to see more of the Brick Dragon Hero videos, all you gotta do is subscribe. Follow Brick Dragon Hero on Instagram. Like for this video. Share this with your friends.
And comment down below what you think of that video.
And don't forget to check out the last video. So thanks for watching and have a brick day. Whoosh.